Hi YouTube, it's me, the Shy Pianist, or you may know me as Donald the Suffer War Games. Bringing you what I'm gonna be doing is trial deck openings of Weiss Schwarz. So I picked these three up from the London Anime and Gaming Con today, and I thought I'd share the opening of the deck with you. So I should probably mention I have had opened to sort of have a look at the cards for the Lock Horizon Haruhi deck, but I haven't done for the Persona 5. So what I'm going to be doing is I'll open them as I would. The only difference that you would have is the fact that the deck isn't in its film. But I also, aside from these trial decks, I also have the Two Love Hero, Nestle Koi, and Angel Beats trial deck here. So I might in future just sort of cover over them, so do a video going over the cards that are in the trial decks, because I do believe that trial decks for Weiss Schwarz is really nice, and in the way that it's structured, you don't have to sort of buy multiple copies of the deck. It can be very well to just play off from just the one deck of the ratios that it has. Though obviously many will probably just argue that you would want to try and buy more copies because you just want to alter the deck afterwards. So let's get straight into this. Evidently I was so prepared to do this. Here we go. So using a little safety knife, let's just open up the sellotape. And yes, use knives as they are intended to, never to harm other people. Okay, so this is actually my first time actually opening a Persona 5 trial deck. So as usual, if you're new to, you haven't never seen a trial deck opening before, you're always given, as with any game, you get the trial deck, the deck, rulebook, and the little sort of playmat, or generic playmat. In this sense, the playmat isn't exactly personalized to the theme of the deck, like some would say with Yu-Gi-Oh! So, as per usual, but the back is tailored to the sort of deck. So, if I just zoom out a bit, you can see that it sort of gives you a detail of how to play the deck and some advertisement as well, which I think most of the time it's really nice to have this. And then this is sort of your usual playmat, which is all the same for every deck. So it doesn't matter what deck you get, you always will have the same sort of format or design. And then with this, it's a leaflet of how to play. So it tells you obviously the phases of the game, which I was, as I mentioned in my Clannad deck profile, I was going to try to do a how to play before I do the Weiss Schwarz. Didn't go so well. I'll try doing it another time. And your standard playbook or rulebook, essentially. So let's zoom in for the cards. And let's get them opening. So, okay, so unlike the other two decks I've technically already opened, but I haven't changed the cards anyway. They usually come in a film, but the Persona 5 has this nice little strip of plastic, and yeah. So the thing with trial decks, you're sort of not always guaranteed. There's a chance that you might get a higher rarity card in the deck, and possibly even a signed card. It's not always guaranteed. Yeah, so let's go straight into the deck. We have protagonist as Joker. It's really nice there. Oh, let me see it focus. Let's see, level 3, cost 2. If the number of other thief cards you have is 2 or more, this card gains 1,500 power, and this card cannot be chosen by your opponent's effects. Characters facing this card gains -1 soul. So it's really, I think it's a nice boss monster to have. As with all boss monsters, you're having your standard level 3 cost 2 10k and nice effect. I've just noted the camera actually isn't picking. There we go. Just move it, zoom out a bit. So here we go. And here we have protagonist as Joker, Phantom Thief under Moonlight. Auto ability, pay 1, put this card into your waiting room when your other character is frontal attacked. Pay the cost. If you do, choose one of your characters in battle, and that character gains 2,000 power until end of turn. So, like with trial decks, you'll see that they actually come with multiple copies, and so this gives you 4. It's a standard. It's a nice 0/0. Protects your characters essentially, and let's see, put this guy in the waiting room. Yeah, so it's probably nice to put in the back row, just so that your opponent will have to think twice when attacking you. So that's 4. Okay, we next have, I think, is it, yeah, probably, we next have Mishima, volleyball team member. When this card is placed on stage from your hand, choose one of your characters, and that character gains 1,000 power until end of turn. So it's a nice on play, gains attack, swing over, and such. It's quite nice as a level 0, 2k at power. And there are 2 of those. Okay. We have Ryuji, Spirit of Defense, level 1, cost 1, 6k power. Auto ability, put this card into your waiting room. When this card is frontal attack, you may pay the cost. If you do, choose up to one character named Ryuji as Skull, the Skull of Rebellion, in your hand, and put it on this card's stage position as the defending character. So I'm assuming that the next card that is going to be like a higher level, which is going to be really nice to see that we have like some sort of early play in a trial deck. So yeah. Let's see what we get. So we have there's 4 copies of that. That's very nice. It's a level 1. Okay, next we have, let's see the camera. Level 2, cost 1, protagonist imprisonment. First ability, auto, pay 1 stock. When this card is placed from the stage from your hand, you may pay the cost. If you do, search your deck for up to 1 thief character. Reveal it to your opponent and put it to your hand, shuffle your deck. Second ability, auto, put this card into your waiting room. When a card named the Will of Rebellion is placed on your climax area, pay the cost. If you do, choose up to 1 card named protagonist as Joker in your hand and put it in stage that what this card was on. So it was, yes, a protagonist as Joker. So this is essentially a level 2 into level 3 play. Really nice, basically climax combo play. Nice to have. And we have 2 of those. Makes sense because we have probably in most trial decks, and in fact I think all trial decks I've seen so far only have 2 level 3s, which is why people may suggest that you do try and pick up another one, just so you increase your level 3 gameplay for the deck. But as standard, it sort of teaches you to not rely too much on your level 3s and sort of work on early game towards the last game. So next we have Ryuji Skull, the Skull of Rebellion. It's just a 2/1 vanilla 8/5 beat stick. It's quite nice to have. Yeah, so you essentially trade in to trade for the level 1 to level 2. And we have 4 of those. That's quite nice. Here we go, and we have okay, that's interesting. We have 3 protagonists as Joker. So I guess that statement of level 3s being only 2 copies is only with the old one. So yeah, Persona 5. You get 1, you actually get more than 2 level 3s, which is really nice. Because I think they really ought to up the level 3s in the trial deck, so you can actually use them as best as possible. Okay, so what we got next, we have a event card. You can probably tell from no PowerPoint, power. Level 1 is 0 cost backup, which is really nice, as always. Level 1, 0 backups are really nice to have in the game. So choose one of your thief characters. When that card gains 2,000 power until end of turn. So for all those who don't know about backups, there's the little sort of, I guess, fist icon sort of to indicate it's a backup card, and they essentially power your characters if they are being attacked by your opponent, and giving them an attack boost to then sort of change the tide of the battle. And we get let's see, 2 copies. This is really nice. Yeah, 2k for just 0 cost. Okay, next we have the Climax card, the Will of Rebellion. I have to admit, the Persona 5 Climax cards in the set are really nice. So it's 1,000, activate this, 1,001 soul, and it has the 1 soul and a bounce, whirlwind trigger. Really nice to have, and I'm presuming, yes, we have 4, as it probably goes with the Climax combo of the level 2. And next, we have Power Awakens. Let me just focus on that. Okay. The effect is all characters gain 2 soul. So simple sort of soul rush into soul rushing your opponent, and your standard 2 soul trigger. And we have 2 of those. Okay, next we have Anne. Concerned for her friend. All your thief characters or sport characters gain 500 power, which is really nice because it's actually a global boost, 500 boost. So this is probably the assist card in for the deck. Really nice to have. Doesn't have to be direct in front. It's all characters with the trait, basically the type that's in this deck. So we have 4 of those, which is really nice to have. As always, assist cards are really nice to have. Next we have 0, level 0, cost 0, 2,000 power, Shino Suzui, pay 1 stock. When place this card on a hat from the waiting room from the stage, you may pay the cost. If you do, choose a card named Anne as Panther First Infiltration in your waiting room and put it in any position of your stage as sideways. So basically, I'm assuming if the Anne is a higher level card, it's really nice to have, because you want to sort of either suicide to reverse her, put into the waiting room, or she gets attacked, and then you get out Anne which is to replace, which is really nice to have. And we have 2 copies. Okay. Next we have Morgana as Mona. The plan fails. Your standard cost level 0, 3k vanilla. So this is very nice to have as for level 0s, and we have 4 copies of that. Here we go. Here's the level 1 that this is the card that transforms from Suzui. Was it? Sorry. Yeah. Level 1, 5,000 power. This, if the number of other thieves characters you have is 2 or more, this card gains 1,000 power. So continuous ability. So just like if it's on play, if the requirements are met, it gains the power, which is very nice. So 6,000, cost 0. Really nice to have, and we have 4 copies of that. Next we have Morgana as Mona. That's the treasure. Once again, level 1, cost 0, 5,000 power. If your other thief character attacks, this card gains 1,000 power until end of turn. So kind of like Anne. It's just 6k essentially, which is really nice to have. Let's see. Your other thief character. Okay, so if you have 2 characters attacking, this will then gain an extra 2,000 rather than 1,000. Yeah, which is very nice. Because auto abilities is when certain conditions happen, then you trigger it. And we have 4 of those. Okay, so I guess we didn't get let's see, what was it? Signed card. One of the 2 exclusive signed cards from the Fallen voice cards. So we didn't get any rare. Holo. Actually, it might be in the back. Just didn't really see that. Okay, so we have the next as a climax. We will promptly shut them up. characters gain 1001 soul, and it has the salvage ability trigger icon, where if you trigger it, you then add a character from your waiting room to hand. And we have 2 of those. And next we have protagonist, Persona 5, level 1, cost 0. Auto ability: when this card attacks, choose one of your other thief characters, and that character gains X power until end of turn. X is the equal 500 multiplied the number of other thief characters you have. So that's pretty nice. 1k as 1k cost 0, 5,000 power, which is pretty standard. So attacks, choose your own other characters, and it gains power. So it basically helps buff. And we have I think that's... we got a triple R. Okay, so we didn't get a... Okay, I don't think the camera can really... You can probably see a bit of shine to it. But we got a triple R, hence by the... If you can see, the little rarity, you can probably see by the 3 R's down here. But we have Morgana as Mona, the exclusive Phantom Thief, level 0, 500 power, assist all your characters in front of this game 500 power, which is nice. And we have a brainstorm. So pay 1, reveal the top 4 cards of your deck and put them into your waiting room. And then for each climax card revealed, perform the following action: choose a thief character in your waiting room, return it to your hand, and choose a card in your hand, put it into your waiting room. So the fact that you don't have to side this, it's just simply pay 1, you brainstorm top 4, and then for each one you can add 1 and then drop back 1. So it basically allows you to just sort of decide what you want in hand. So that's the deck. All trial decks are all 50 cards. And I have to admit, this is the first time I've seen a trial deck that has more than 2 level 3s. So if you're getting into Weiss Schwarz, or wanting to learn to play, Persona 5 trial deck, I have to admit, is probably a good one to pick up, because usually trial decks don't have 4 level 3s. They generally just have the 2. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I'll be covering the Log Horizon and Haruhi one. Yes, will say again, I have technically opened them out of the packaging and taken the film out just to see what cards is inside, because I was quite curious to see if I pulled anything decent. Like something special or whatever, but I'll do those in another time. So thank you for watching. I hope you liked it, and as always guys, happy doling!